Honey, this episode was a mess. It was a mess from beginning to end, and this was, to me, the Spice and Amy show. I'm back with the recap of Love and Hip Hop Season 12, Episode 11. But Amy, girl, you were doing entirely too much, and Spice, girl, you was on one. She was giggling and laughing at Amy's diss track. Couldn't wait to tell Rasheeda about it, only to later on tell Sierra she had no clue about the song. You were definitely being fake. Throwing rocks and hiding your hands. You've been doing a lot of that lately, girl, and your slip is starting to show. If you've been a day one on my channel, you know I love Spice. I've always made excuses for her, but honey, your slip is showing. And in my opinion, she was definitely being a troublemaker and a shit starter this entire episode. But we'll get back to her and Amy. Bambi and Sierra meet up. Bambi apologizes to Sierra for not checking up on her in the hospital. So Sierra talks to Bambi about her tumultuous relationship with her mom. And Bambi decides she wants to go and have a chit-chat with Sierra's mother. Bambi, my advice to you is to water your own grass. Stay out of family business. From experience, stay out of family business. Don't do it. Don't involve yourself. Because you have your own relationship you have to repair with your own mother. Water your own damn grass and stay out of her garden. But Bambi clearly didn't take my advice. She went on ahead and talked with Sierra's mother. I think the conversation went good. But she decides to meet up with Sierra's mom, and her mother tells Bambi that, Sierra makes her out to be the bad mom, and it's driving her crazy. And it seems like the mother is not ready to face the reality that maybe you were a bad mom. And instead of, denying Sierra's feelings, I think she should ask, why do you feel that way? And tell her, although I can't change the past, what can we do to move forward? But it's a tough pill to swallow. I don't think they can move forward because she's not ready to sit in her truth. Mama, you got to realize that maybe you wasn't the best mother. I can't call her a bad mom, but maybe you wasn't the best mother. And healing can't take place because she won't sit in her truth. Meanwhile, Kirk is gaslighting the kids. Kirk is trying to say that he's not guilty of those text messages he sent to Jasmine that we seen in 4K. And he said that he's only guilty by association. So he's guilty because he was guilty before. So he's claiming that he did nothing wrong. And also insinuated that maybe those text messages could have been photoshopped. Every episode is a different lie. Every episode he come up with something different. Meanwhile, Zane, he plans a picnic with Ashley. An apology picnic. Trying to explain why a baby that isn't his has his last name. Listen, that child his name needs to be changed. Because there's no way my husband is going to be paying child support for a kid that ain't his. I wonder if he signed the birth certificate. Because Melissa said the real father wouldn't be a part of the child's life. So Zane decided to step up and be the father. Now, Ashley later on tells him that he needs to start acting like a married man. Girl, it is sad when you have to tell your husband to act like a married man. What? She sounds like Kendra. This is the kind of clownery you get when you marry a man who isn't ready to be a husband. You married, you can't turn a fuckboy into a husband. It's a hot mess. Moving on. So Amy is in the studio with Spice working on her diss track about Bambi and Sierra that Spice later on claims she knew nothing about. But my issue is not the diss song. It's the fact that Spice and Sierra are supposed to be friends, and you allowed Amy to diss a person you called a friend. Do you guys remember when Spice told Bambi that she would never get on a track with Scrappy if it was a diss song about her? But yet you will allow a track on a cast album where one of the cast members is dissing a person you call your friend. It makes no sense. And then to get even messier, you allow her to perform the song at your release party. You are out of order. Meanwhile, Amy is being petty. She wants to get cozy with Scrappy. Obviously, it's in retaliation for Bambi dating her ex she dated in middle school, technically. It's been 10 years. I think it's a bit excessive for Amy to hold a grudge, considering, so much time has passed. But at the same time, I do understand Amy to feel a bit weird about it. I don't think it warrants her trying to get with Scrappy. I mean, that's that girl's ex-husband. They have children together. They just got a divorce last year. You was with this guy 10 years ago in middle school. Let it go, Amy. It's given I'm trying to conjure up a storyline. So, at Spice album release party, Kirk apologizes to mendeecees for Jasmine mentioning that he was at her bar. I didn't hear an apology to Rasheeda. I'm just saying. So Kirk tells mendeecees that Jasmine threw his name in it because Yandy checked her ass. So mendeecees call Yandy over so Kirk can tell her that Jasmine was talking ish about her and mendeecees. Meanwhile, Spice messy ass, she grabs the mic and does the most. It was totally unnecessary. She tells the guests that she's been working on her new cast album and she had to argue with some friends who felt like they should have been on the album. That was totally unnecessary and it was unprofessional. You were supposed to be promoting your album, but you're promoting drama. And then she pretended to be appalled that Amy would do a diss track directed towards Bambi and Sierra. But yet I feel like she reinforced that energy by saying she's been arguing with friends who feel like they should be on the album. So Amy in the background talking about, and they shouldn't be. And Spice said, say it again. And she put the mic to her lips or her mouth and told her to repeat herself. Messy. Spice, you was messy as hell and you get donkey of the day. Spice, you getting... But no, it gets worse, y'all. She gets even messier by announcing that Amy and Scrappy are dating. So Scrappy goes over to Spice and he asks her, well, who told you that? And she said, Amy told her. But honey, it gets even messier because Chaotic walks over there and she kind of tells him that Amy is trying to fuck Scrappy. If you guys didn't know, Amy and Chaotic used to date. So obviously he would probably feel some type of way with his ex trying to date his friend. So in his confessional, he acted as if he was unbothered. So he turns to Scrappy and tells him that when he was on the stretcher at what's his name? Zell's baby shower or baby mama reveal, that Bambi made some subtle advances toward him, which was a lie. I think she was just trying to lighten the mood. She did not make any advances toward him. But I think this may be the reason Chaotic and Scrappy fell out. I think this is a reason. Because I don't think after this episode we're going to see much of Chaotic. Because remember, he said that he quit the show. I'll link the video in this video so you guys can check it out. So Chaotic then turns to Scrappy and said that he don't really care if Scrappy messes with Amy because that wasn't his wife. And then he tells Scrappy he should teabag Amy's ass. If y'all don't know what that means, he means that Scrappy should drop them balls in Amy's mouth and see what that mouth do. I cannot believe he said that, y'all. I was cracking up. He said Scrappy should teabag. He said Scrappy should teabag Amy. I was too through. So after that, Spice runs her ass over there to Rasheeda, laughing, tells her that Amy made a diss track about Bambi and Sierra. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she told Rasheeda that Scrappy and Amy was dating. I don't think they're dating, but I do believe that Amy is trying to get under Bambi's skin by dating Scrappy. Amy, you cannot be this pressed. You cannot be this pressed that Bambi is dating a guy from 10 years ago, which I believe you guys were in middle school. I kind of understand how she may feel away, but not to retaliate like this. I don't think Bambi deliberately went looking for an ex of Amy's, but the fact that Amy is deliberately trying to get under Bambi's skin, it's just nasty. Whole time Spice is standing beside her giggling and laughing like it's funny. It's just fake. Which may be the reason why Bambi took to her Instagram and posted in her story that they were fake as fuck. Spice was on one tonight, and I hope y'all seen it like I did. Because, like I said before, I will always make excuses for her, but I can't no more. Girl, your slip is showing. So, honey, it gets even messier. Scrappy decides to later on ask Amy out on a date. Then he gonna try to clean it up and say, well, just his friend. You know what you're trying to do. So now he trying to get under Bambi's skin. Ugh, I can't. I can't. So, but it gets messier. So Amy performs her diss song, which was trash. I'm sorry, baby girl, but it was trash. Sierra is dancing to the song, clearly unbothered, because she was talking about Sierra and Bambi. At first, I'm like, Sierra, you can't be this dumb that you don't know this girl talking about you. But she knew the whole time. But she said she was unbothered. She knew it was about her. But Sierra did not give her the energy. And Spice, you're fake for allowing that. So Sierra confronts Spice about that song because the album was supposed to be a project to bring everybody together, but she signed off on this diss track. But she tells Sierra that she had no idea that Amy was doing a diss track. Girl, you heard the song. And that time you had the power to tell Amy that, it's not a good song choice. Pick something else. But you wanted her to perform that song because you were messy. Honey, it gets worse. Okay. Like I said, this was the Amy and Spice show last night. So Amy grabs the mic and then she started talking about Sierra's face due to all her cosmetic surgery as if she didn't have any. So at this point, Sierra is furious. And she tells Spice she dead ass wrong when she was to allow a song on her album that's dissing her friend. Spice, I used to like you, but now I can't stand what you did tonight. So Sierra walks outside and she leaves. The whole time, Spice is trying to tell Sierra she's wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I didn't know. Yes, you did. And y'all know Sierra and Spice, they real cool. Like, this is how you treat a friend, Spice. If y'all don't see her slip, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all, that is the end of this. Were you guys just as pissed as I was? If you guys made it this far, and I hope you did, please give the video a thumbs up. And I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments. And I will talk to you later. Bye.